Hey, good morning and happy Sunday. I would like to do more videos about recovery. So this one here is going to be one of my first ones. So I was trying to think of where to start. And I think for this video, I'd like to start on the last day I used, October 23rd, 2006. Let me tell you about that day. Now, I had been on medically assisted treatment. I'd been on methadone. And it had gotten to a point, it was working for me. It was working great. I started to feel normal. I didn't need heroin anymore. And along with a lot of other people, being drug addicts, we still wanted to use. So instead of using heroin, I went back to using coke and crack cocaine. The problem was I would get drug tested pretty much every week, and it was tough. And it got to the point where I was going to be thrown out of the clinic if I tested positive again. So I had to get serious about quitting everything or lose, what had got me that far. Okay, so I got clean, but I still, along with everybody, they say how you have relapses. I had relapses. It was maybe I would use one day. I would go out by myself, all alone. I'd have been clean for maybe a month, 2 months, 5 weeks, 3 weeks. And I would, once I had some money and I thought that my next drug test would be a good week off so I wouldn't come up positive, that it would be out of my system, I would sneak out and I'd go buy some crack, a whole bunch of crack. I'd have a couple $100 and I'd go out by myself the whole day and use it. And I would feel absolutely terrible the next day. All right, let me tell you about that last day. This is why it was my last day. I consider this, if this wasn't a sign from God, I came to believe in a higher power. You kind of have to, and with all my heart, I did, man, because being a full blown heroin and crack addict and to where I am today, I mean, it's nothing short of a miracle. And since then, I prayed every day for 13 years. And I don't like to say this because it's something personal between me and my higher power, between me and God. But everything, I don't pray for like the lottery. You gotta be careful. I've learned you don't. It's not a genie. You know what I mean? You pray for other people. You pray for, you know what I mean. I won't get into the praying thing, but I've always been shown. Every time I've prayed, I've been shown that my prayers were heard. I swear on the Bible, every single time. Every single time, it's been clear to me that my prayers were heard. It it, it almost got scary because then you know that there is there is a God, you know, and it's real. All right, let me tell you about the last day. It was bad. All right, I don't remember all the bad stuff. All right, so I was in my car. I pick up my crack. I told you guys on another video. I'll be flat honest here. I would go to the porno shop and buy porn magazines and porn videos. So I take a few hits. Boom, I get all high. I go to the porn shop. I think it was in Naugatuck. All right. I go in. I get my videos and my books. Right. I come out. I go to open the door. My crack's inside the car. Right. I go to open the door. My keys are locked in the car. My crack's locked in the car. I got a handful of porno. Not good. This is back 13 years ago, so it's a little hard to remember. I panic. Okay, so I hid the porno in the woods. I'm trying to figure out how to get in the car. I call my family, my mother, and they're out for the day, and I leave a terrible message because I'm panicking. Oh my God, don't make me break my window. Oh my God, I blamed everything on them because I was panicking for my drugs. Why aren't you here for me when I need you? It was a terrible message I left to them in a panic. They had no idea that the drugs were in my car. They thought I was clean at that point and everything. I'm not proud of the person I still was. All right, and they didn't answer. All right, so to check this out, I called the police. Yeah, to come and unlock my car with crack in it. Yeah, this is what drug addicts do for their drugs. All right, so the Naugatuck police come, and they tell me, he looks over the car, he looks at me, and he tells me that he couldn't do it. There was lawsuits supposedly because sometimes there was damage to the car, and they couldn't do that anymore. So he kind of left me. Thank God he just left without arresting me or figuring out more. All right, so I end up getting through to my parents who had originally sold me the car. All I needed to do, it had a code. It had a keypad that I never used. I didn't know how to use it. And I had to type in like a 6-digit number. Bam, the door popped open. All right, that problem was solved. Oh, I got my crack. I'm all happy again. So I drive away. I came back to the Waterbury area around here, the city around here, and I find a deserted parking lot, or it was a factory. I pull in the parking lot, hit my crack, looking through my porno books, and I go to start the car. Car's dead. Out of the blue. It was a good car. It never did this before. Wouldn't start. Just dead. Nothing. Key, nothing. I'm like, what the hell, man? I panic. I'm looking through, I'm almost ripping the manual apart, trying to find anything. I almost destroyed the car. I was trying to take a button off the shifter so I could try to shift it into neutral. Why? I can't even tell you why at this point. I remember breaking several things on the dashboard in a panic. About 20 minutes later, I turn the key, car starts. Never figured out what it was. Swear to God, true story. And to this day, I have no idea. The car was dead to the world. Never happened before, never happened after, just that day. All right, it got dark. I'm still driving around with my hundreds of dollars of crack. Well, less now. This is so pathetic. My porno mags. I pull into a CVS. I think I was just looking for a place to smoke more rock. And a cop follows me in, and he thinks I'm up to. Oh no, you know what? I was looking to buy more drugs at that point, and I was going to meet the dealer. Now I remember. I was going to meet the dealer. It was dark, and I noticed a cop start following me, and then I was following the dealer. When we were trying to find a secluded place where we could do the deal. The cop starts following me. I'm following the dealer. So I let the dealer go, and I just take the heat with the cop. The cop keeps following me, follows me into the CVS parking lot, pulls me over. He knows I'm up to something no good. He wasn't aware that the dealer was already in front of me and he had taken off at that point. Cop searches me. I stuffed the drugs in my sock. Searches me. What are you doing here? Where are you? I said I was going to CVS. I didn't really have much money at that point. I couldn't come up with a reason why I was going to CVS. Searches me, searches the car, misses the drugs in my sock. How? I don't know. Makes me open the trunk, searches my trunk, searches the car again 2 times. Reluctantly lets me go. Well, lets me go. Another cop pulls in. Now there's 2 cops sitting there and they're just watching me, after they let me go. I go into CVS. I'm all geeked up and everything. I pretend to buy, I don't know. I pretend to buy something because I wasn't going there to buy anything in the first place. And I drive away. I couldn't meet the dealer. These cops were all over me. I went to the other side of town. Now it's getting late. And it's cold. It was October 23rd, but it was cold, man. It was dark. And I call the dealer. It's about 7, 8 o'clock at night now. I probably already gone through $200 or $300 worth of crack. I'm a mess. I got $20 left on me in change. Oh yeah, I had gone to the package store. I just had rolls of change, and I converted my change into dollar bills at this point. I had gone through like $300, even into my change, just smoking crack by myself that day. Pathetic. And I call my dealer. He says, okay, I'll meet you at Stop and Shop in 15 minutes. So, that's where I was calling from, Stop and Shop. Then he wanted me to meet him in a dark road up behind Stop and Shop. So I drive up there. I wait about 45 minutes. He still doesn't show it. I drive back down, call him again. Sorry, man, I'll be there in a half hour. So I go back, wait for him. Never shows up. I go back down, call him again. Sorry, man, I'll be there another half hour. All right, so I ended up sitting by myself in a dark car with my last $20 in change left over. I'd gone through $300. Freezing cold. Couldn't leave the car on. I didn't want to attract attention. I had sat in that car now, it was probably about 2.5 hours. I'd watched people, family shopping, families going out, buying Halloween candy and stuff. And I'm sitting in a dark car, waiting to meet some black guy that, and I don't say, he was just a black guy, but some guy I didn't even know, to give him my last $20 out of $300, to hand it over to him, begging him to take it. And he kept just blowing me off. And I kept sitting there waiting for him. This after that whole day of getting pulled over by the police, my car not starting. And it's about 10:30 at night. And I'm like, why? Why am I doing this? Sitting, it was almost 3 hours just sitting there back and forth in dark, cold car, waiting for somebody to come and take my last $20. And I was like, why? Why am I doing this? And the whole thing was I was risking my clinic, the methadone, what had got me that far. Still, I was risking everything for this, and the day was terrible. Terrible. It was one thing after another. And I'm sure I'm leaving out about 3 different things. And I was like, if this isn't a sign from God, to stop, to hit, that you're at bottom, that it was just bizarre stuff. The cop following me, the car dying, the keys in the car. And there was easily 2 or 3 other things. If this is not a sign from God, I don't know what is. And then sitting there alone in that car, in that dark car, for 3 hours in the dark, watching families and everybody else living a normal life. And I'm just waiting to hand a stranger, begging a stranger to take my last $20. And I for $20 worth of crack, that would have lasted me about 10 minutes, a little 10-minute high up and down. And I would have felt even more withdrawals after that. And I'm begging for this. Please take my last $20 so I could feel high for 2 minutes and then feel even worse. Why? Why am I doing this? Why am I torturing myself like this? Is insane. And that was the last day I ever used in my life, 13 years ago. That's what it took. Oh, I hope you enjoyed my story. Have a nice Sunday.